Good evening. I'm going to try a movie night tonight. This is my first time trying a movie night. Thank you for coming to watch this tonight. We're going to do an old movie, and I'll talk about it a little bit beforehand, and then I think we'll just watch it without comment. I don't know. I don't like when people talk over movies, so maybe we'll just do that. Just watch the movie, and then at the end talk about it some more. I'm not really sure. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to get my tech stuff here, OBS and all that going. So, all right. I think we're going now. So this movie that I want to watch tonight is it's about. Let me see if I can bring up the Wikipedia page on this movie. It was made in it was released in 1967. So it's an old sci-fi, and it's just very typical of sci-fi of the 50s and 60s. All the goofy looking rockets and everything. It's really pretty funny. So let me see if I can find that here. Let me see if I can bring up my. Okay, I'm sorry. This is going to take a few seconds here to get this combuberated here. Okay, I think we got it here. I'm trying to get my browser cleared up a little bit here. I've got a gazillion different tags on it. Okay, I think I got it here now. All right, let me see if I can bring this up on my OBS now. Browser on. Oh, look at that. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to switch to my browser. Now I got to make my little image go small. There we go. Look at that. Hey. All right. So this is the name of the movie. Let's see if I can find it here. Voyage to the Planet of the Prehistoric Women. And this was a movie. It says 1968, but I think it was released in 1967 actually. This is a Wikipedia page. And this was the sort. There were actually two. It has a history to it, and I should have read up on this. It's been a while since I've studied this, so I'm going to have to just read along here on the Wikipedia page, and you guys can listen about it. It's okay. It says sci-fi film, one of two films whose footage was taken from the 1962 Soviet sci-fi film Planet of the Storms. I think there are like several different versions or names of that particular film. And so that was produced by Roger Corman. For producer, okay. The original film was scripted by Alexander Kazantsev from his novel, and directed by Pavel something. I can't read these Russian names. This adaptation, made by Peter Bogdanovich, who chose not to have his name credited on the film. That gives you an indication of the quality of this film. Okay, I mean it's actually pretty good. The special effects, it's all practical, of course. It's 1960s, so everything's practical. There's no digital anything, So the effects, the space suits and the all that stuff is all pretty well done. But as far as the plot and the acting, of course, and it's dubbed, right, because it was done in foreign language. It's not English, something other than English. It was dubbed to English. So this guy, it was so bad this guy didn't want his name credit on there apparently. And then there were new scenes added, starring this Mammy Van Doren was. I don't know, we'll look for that, I guess, and see if that's in there. The film apparently had at least a limited U.S. release through American International Pictures, but became better known via subsequent cable TV showings and home video sales. So it's in the public domain now. It you know, the copyright wasn't renewed or anything. It was just obviously. The film contains no footage from the okay. So this, also, in other words, all the footage that is in this film was also in this other film, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. So there were okay. So this guy, he buys the rights to. So first, this movie is made in Russia, and then this guy takes or the Soviet Union at that time, and then this guy in where, I don't know where he is located. Let's see, Roger Corman. I'm sure he's U.S. Yeah, New Hollywood. Blah blah blah. Okay, so this guy in the U.S. buys this film from this company in Soviet Union, because he saw all the great practical effects that were in this film, and he wanted to use it, and he wanted to get a film out cheap, and he could just buy this film apparently cheap and do this and get it done. So that's what he did, and he bought the film, and he took it and cut it up and sliced it into two different movies. He sliced it into this Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet in '65, and then this one that came out subsequently in '67, I think it was. I don't think '68 is the proper date there. But so it's just a cheap movie, but the practical effects in this thing are really cool. When you watch it, you'll see the props and everything are really really nice. Plot, I don't want to spoil the plot. What there is of the plot, and I don't know. So that's the background. I don't think we need to go any more into that. So I'll now let me see if I can bring it up here. Not sure. I downloaded it, so let me see if I can bring it up on on my VLC player. Okay, I'll just play the one from the archive. Now it's in two different places. Let me give you the links to these in case you want to actually watch it, offline or whatever. So I guess got to figure out how to put these into chat. The links to these things. Oh boy, how am I going to do that? I'm not sure how I can do that from here. Well, if you just search for Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women in Wikipedia Commons. Does everybody know where that is? How to get to that? Now let me do the link here. Damn. Sorry about this. I should have prepared this a little bit. I was running a little bit late. Internet Archive. No, it's not there. I must have closed that. I apologize for this, people. Oh, here we go. Here's I'll just type it in manually here into my chat, and you'll have it then. Well, that's a big long thing now. Oh, I know what I can do. I can bring up my. I'm running two different computers here, and that's the thing, is trying to get a link copied from one computer to the other gracefully. And I'm not really set up to do that right now. So let me. Okay, here we go. All right, chat videos. Let me just go to my chat here. No. That's not working, is it? Let me try something here. There we go. All right. Oh my goodness. We'll get this started here, people. We'll get it started. Just a second. I don't know why it's not giving me... Oh, I know what to do here. I can just go to my stream manager on this computer. I'm still learning that, if you haven't figured it out. I just started streaming about a week ago, and so I'm learning all this stuff. And this is the first time I've done a movie night or whatever, so I'm trying to learn how to do that. Okay, here we go. Here's a chat. Okay, I think we got it figured out now. So it's I found two places where you could get this movie if you want it. So one of them is, let's paste. Okay, one of them is there at the Internet Archive. You can download that, and then there's another one here. Click, click, click. There at the Wikipedia Commons. So, and I haven't checked them to see if they're both the same version or whatever. I don't know if there are different cuts of it out there. I imagine there are. But the one I'm going to be playing is the one that came down from the archive. So let me bring up my VLC here. No, I don't want to open that yet. What I want to do now is I'm going to open up the file that I downloaded from the archive in my VLC player. Whoa, that's maxed out. And then I'm going to put that on my stream here. For some reason, I'm running on a Linux machine here, and for some reason it doesn't allow me. It doesn't have browser source on OBS. I don't know if any of you have ever streamed. If you have, and you've played with OBS, you know what I'm talking about. This kind of difficult to use. It's a huge learning curve on this thing. So I think what I'm going to do. Okay, here we go. No, that's not it. I'm going to add a source to my thing here. VLC video source. Oh, I think that's the way to do it. I want to add a window. There we go. Window capture. There it is. Okay, I think I got it now. One more click here. One more click. Nope, that didn't do it. Hey, there we go. Okay. Let me back it up to the beginning. And I'm going to monitor this and see if we got any audio on this. No, it didn't. Okay, so I've got this, but I don't have the actual audio from it. No, I don't hear anything. Jeez. Oh, this is... I think I have to add another source here, which is kind of weird. This one should give me audio. I probably should have tested this whole thing before I started streaming. But you can look at the video there. Look at some of these effects they have. That doesn't look too good, but there's some really cool practical effects there in this thing. Once I get the audio started. I actually had this working on the first stream I did. I had this working. So So I don't know why this one is not working now. Video capture device, browser. Yeah, I have it on. You know what it is? Okay, let me try one more thing here. This is frustrating. Video source. Oh, okay. I can add it to a playlist here. Add files.
The future of mankind is being guided behind closed doors.
All right, we got audio.
And all over the world, scientists are working on projects designed to take man beyond the confines of this Earth. You are looking at the actual models of spacecraft now being developed by agencies of the United States government. This is an Apollo spacecraft
figure out which one of these
designed for
controls
orbit
the
of the
audio.
moon. Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface. These are other types of manned and remote control mechanisms, each designed for a specific function, many already in operation as satellites of this Earth, some in readiness for the moonshot, others designed for space, a few to serve as space stations, and the most complex of all, prototypes of craft capable of putting a man on the surface of another planet. Wheel was one of man's first inventions and has been with him all of his civilized life. But now it, like so many other of his creations, must be modified to fit his new demands.
Okay.
These are 3 types of variable radius wheels designed to transport a vehicle over a rocky. New concepts are being created almost daily. Some will never get beyond the drawing board, but others, or their descendants, will become part of man's greatest adventure, the exploration and colonization of space. All over the world, men and women are working to make that dream a reality. Every aspect of the journey is being analyzed, from the tiniest control devices to the mightiest rocket engines. But it's not enough to just get there. Just as the great explorers sailed from Spain and England and France to discover the Americas so that the colonizers might come later, so will our exploration spacecraft precede the colonizers of the planets. Already plans are being made for the colonies. Sources of food and power must be found. Artificial atmosphere is created. Everything done to build an Earth away from the Earth. No man living today can predict exactly what the future holds. But this much we do know.
We'll just watch it.
All through man's march across this Earth, the wildest dreams and fantasies of one age have become the commonplaces of the next. The motion picture you are about. The future of mankind is being guided behind closed doors. And all over the world, scientists are working on projects designed to take man beyond the confines of this Earth. You are looking at the actual models of spacecraft now being developed by agencies of the United States government. This is an Apollo spacecraft designed for elliptical orbit of the moon. Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface. These are other types of manned and remote control mechanisms, each designed for a specific function, many already in operation as satellites of this Earth, some in readiness for the moonshot, others designed for space, a few to serve as space stations, and the most complex of all, prototypes of craft capable of putting a man on the surface of another planet. Wheel was one of man's first inventions and has been with him all of his civilized life. But now it, like so many other of his creations, must be modified to fit his new demands. These are 3 types of variable radius wheels, designed to transport a vehicle over a rocky. New concepts are being created almost daily. Some will never get beyond the drawing board, but others, or their descendants, will become part of man's greatest adventure, the exploration and colonization of space. All over the world, men and women are working to make that dream a reality. Every aspect of the journey is being analyzed, from the tiniest control devices to the mightiest rocket engines. But it's not enough to just get there. Just as the great explorers sailed from Spain and England and France to discover the Americas so that the colonizers might come later, so will our exploration spacecraft precede the colonizers of the planets. Already plans are being made for the colonies. Sources of food and power must be found. Artificial atmospheres created. Everything done to build an Earth away from the Earth. No man living today can predict exactly what the future holds. But this much we do know. All through man's march across this Earth, the wildest dreams and fantasies of one age have become the commonplaces of the next. The motion picture you are about to see can be called today a fantasy of the future. But one day, maybe not too far distant, audiences will be able to look back on it in the same spirit with which we view pictures about the first covered wagons crossing the plains.
This is where I left her. 26 million miles away. Because I know she exists. I know she does. I know it. All the time we were there, I heard her. Her and that sweet, haunting sound she makes, like the sirens that tempted Ulysses. I think I'm crazy back here on Earth. Crazy, still intoxicated by the atmosphere back there. But wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you the whole story. All of it. From the beginning. And see what you think. You be the judge. It was 2 years ago, in 1998, that the first manned spaceship left Earth for the planet Venus. This attempt ended in tragedy. A meteor hit the ship. Everything was lost. Everything but the will to get there, to explore Venus. And so, it was only 6 months later that the second attempt was made. for Earth control was Marcia.
First stage rockets ready.
Main rocket stage ready. Fuel ready.
Stabilization center ready. Power ready.
Air conditioning ready.
Radar ready. Guidance ready.
Airlane ready for takeoff.
Attention flight personnel. Loading elevators are now being withdrawn. Countdown continues at 20. All stations prepare for 0 red. Countdown continues at 10. Zero red, -5.
Project Red Planet. All units clear. Switch over to standby.
There were only 2 men on the new mission, astronaut Howard Sherman and Captain Alfred Kearns. But there was another being with them, Kearns' invention, Robot John.
Awaken, John. Awaken. Blow, John. Monitor, John.
I hear you.
Everything went smoothly the first part of the voyage. They traveled over halfway, 17 million miles, without mishap. Radio contact was maintained with Marcia at Earth control, and they stopped on schedule at the United States Space Station, Texas, for refueling.
Attention. All landing personnel, report on flight deck. Stand by to receive flight number 87 from Earth.
Earth control, we listened to their progress with more concern than anyone else.
Refueling A-OK, over and out.
Because we were the command crew, and if anything went wrong, we were set to follow. There were 3 of us. Commander William Billy Lockhart, astronaut Hans Walters, and me, Andre Furneaux. I remember how worried we were as we listened to their voices from so many miles away.
Kearns calling Marcia. Kearns calling Marcia. Refueling completed. Ready for blastoff.
Begin our relay.
They were on the last leg of their journey. And then they saw it. Venus.
Cloud formations, 30% ash content.
And they prepared to land.
A planet of fire below us. Is it a new world, or will it consume us all?
At any moment now.
Things started going wrong.
Black clouds. Lightning. I don't like the looks of this. I'm turning control over to Robot John.
Ahead, steep mountain. I am going up.
Wow, close call. We're watching on the location finder. The area is strange. This is truly a prehistoric planet. Landing location is square 73. We're now dropping our beacon. Landing 300 meters southwest of square 73. Oh, there's water beneath us. We're drifting.
Sherman. Kern. Answer. Kern. Sherman. Kern, are you there? It's hopeless.
Well, very soon after that, it became clear there was only one thing to do. Blast off for Venus ourselves. The mission, explore the planet, and attempt to rescue Kearns and Sherman. If they were still alive.
Keep coming. More, John. That's it. Cover me, Kern. Look out. There comes another one. I got him. Sherman, behind you. There. Look out. Okay, John. Just there. Course 110. Secure yourself to that boulder, John. Proceed. Proceed. He's better equipped to fight this place than we are. I'm wondering if we should be here at all. Why don't you catch a bus and go home? Don't think I wouldn't if I could find one. There he is. He's up. Hold it tight. He can hold it. You better go first, and I'll come along after you.
Within 2 hours, we were ready to go. Were with Kearns and Sherman. If they were alive, would we be able to find them? We got to Space Station Texas ahead of schedule.
Repeat. Stand by to receive unassisted landing.
Refueling was accomplished in record time. There was no time to lose. Funny, considering the way things turned out, what I was thinking about as we sped through the dark universe on our way to an unexplored planet. I was wondering if maybe there wasn't some reason that Venus had been named after the goddess of love. If maybe there wasn't some wise old astronomer way back in the dawn of time who knew something. Something he kept to himself. But before I could come to any conclusions about it, we were preparing for our touchdown on Venus, where maybe I'd find all the answers. And then, almost before I knew it, we were there. We were landing.
Don't begin celebrating yet. Is our level okay?
Yep, there it is. On the button. Boy, it sure feels strange to have weight.
Yes, it does seem strange. That's sure. But it's nice and solid.
Well, I don't know about you fellas, but I'd like to see Venus.
Open number 3 and hit the beam. Paper, try the port viewer.
Telescreen gets it okay. We'll pan port. Formations of weird rock. Something's there.
I'll switch on the outside sound pickup.
That was the first time I heard her.
A human being?
Hold it.
It's finished. Transfer it to playback. Meanwhile, you might check upon the atmosphere, Hans.
It better be good.
Then you better get your spacesuit. We'll move out. Andre, I want you to attempt a contact with Sherman by radio. If you raise them, tell them to report their position. Then get yourself into a spacesuit. We're going to walk about.
I'll be right behind you.
That'll be handy if I slip. Get popping now.
It's 4.7 on oxygen.
That's pretty close.
Take a look around. Keep on the rope. Don't get out of visual contact.
It was a weird, desolate place, but it fascinated me. And I forgot all about Kearns and Sherman and what we were there for.
Received a message.
What did they say?
Marcia has radar movement.
Sherman?
She can't be sure, but it looks like two objects. One metallic and moving in the area we expected to search. Probably Kern and Sherman.
Come on, Andre.
Contact us.
Andre!
Come on. He's got Andre. What is... Careful. Get it off me. Grab that tentacle there. Leg. Careful. Move. Quick. It's trying to devour you. Oh. He's got his legs, Jeff. Free his legs. Hurry. He's caught. Come on. Pull him out. Pull him free. Hurry. Pull his legs. Lean up against that. Hans, help us. He likes you, Water. Nothing's broken. Let me get a shot of that man.
Careful, Andre. You want to fight that thing again.
Can you imagine that? He's bashful. Why don't we take one of those things home for the zoo?
You've got to be more careful, Andre. If we hadn't heard you call me...
I didn't call. You called out to us. We heard you. But I didn't call you. It sounded like Lockhart.
Let's be getting back.
All we knew was that Marcia at Earth Control had spotted what was probably Kearns and Sherman and approximately where they might be. So we started out in our space car heading in that general direction, not stopping to investigate the many prehistoric sites we passed. But we were still unable, no matter how hard we tried, to make radio contact with Kearns or Sherman. So we had no way of knowing what they were going through on that distant part of the planet.
Let's rest.
We've very little oxygen left us.
Hope they're on the way. Looking for us.
Through this heat, they may not be able to make it through to us.
You better hope they'll get through it and spot us. I'm beginning to feel like my head's swimming.
Of course. It's your torn suit. Infection is getting through.
Maybe we ought to take some quinsulin.
No. We'd have to rest after. Must keep moving. All right, John. Find shelter. Don't stop. Come on. We have to go on. Come on up. That's it. He can't stay here. We'll be washed away. John.
Bring him this way. There is no water.
Come on. Just a little bit further. There's a cave right over there. Come on. That's it. Just a few steps further. There. I don't think I can go on much further. John, stay with us. Make sure they find us. They should know. Must continue to work the laws of mathematics. There's always a precise probability. Mathematics, my proof. Mathematics, my... Marcia. Hear us, Marcia. You must help us. It's closing in.
I await your order. I await your order.
Help them find us, John.
The shoreline's the best. If we do, my friend, we'll never make it to them. Fat chance there is of finding them. That voice again. Hold up.
almost sounds like a girl.
A girl? Perhaps. Or a monster.
Well, little sisters.
It's a human.
Well, there are sure no humans here.
Well, we're humans.
Well, no one else has made it. You better believe it.
But it sounds so human.
Subhuman, you mean, like that 40-armed plant that just grabbed you.
I still say it's a girl.
A girl. With blue scales.
Could be. He's on to something. It's possible that before us, other men got here, especially in this age. You ought to know that, Hans. To a man of science, anything is possible until proven otherwise.
I can't imagine any people in their right mind exploring planet Venus.
Come on, Hans. We're here, and we're in our right minds, aren't we?
Let's go.
We must leave this place. Come, follow me.
Lord save him.
What?
There's no response from Kern or Sherman.
Well, we should soon be there.
Keep trying. Maybe we can bring them in on the helmet mic. Kern has an auxiliary.
I am. I'm getting
Static's really awful. Hear it?
Move it up. Point to point on the dial. We'll find it.
I'll try it. Hello. John, hello. John, listen. This is the command ship. Are you there? No reply. Come in.
Up one more point.
Come in.
Better go to solar battery. Much bigger reach.
I'm on it now. Hello. 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 You must hear me, John. Please open your mic and answer me. You must obey me, John.
No response. Try another point.
1, 2, 5. You have to readjust your frequency for transmitting. If you hear me.
I hear you. I have adjusted.
Can you report your position and plot number? Over.
Square 40. In shelter.
Tell me what's outside.
Water, sun above, falling on large rock.
That's square 40. Not far. Ask him about the men. Hello. We would like to know about Kern and also about Sherman.
They do not speak. They do not move.
How much time before we get there?
Who knows?
Commander, maybe the robot can help.
Try. Keep an eye on the compass. Grab onto them. Hello. You will listen, John. First, you will obey me and do precisely what I say. You will listen. Listen, John. Obey my every command. Remove container 2 from Kern's first aid kit. Repeat. Container 2. Remove one tablet. One tablet. Then open his helmet. I have one tablet. Place the tablet in his mouth. You must do this quickly. Revive him with water. Pour it over his face. Quickly. Then close his helmet.
At least we know they're alive.
Let's hope they stay that way.
Commander, look there. I'm ready with the astrogun.
Some kind of flying reptile. He may not see us.
He hit him. He's turning around.
Maybe not.
We're in for it now. He knows we're here.
Look. Take it now.
Here he comes.
Don't miss him.
Here he comes again.
Open hull. We'll submerge.
We were forced to submerge, even though we had killed the flying reptile, because of the damage the creature had caused when it hit us. And it was a good thing, too. For here, under the sea, we were to find the second clue to life on Venus.
Let's put it down for a minute. Take a rest.
It's not far to the beach, if our calculations are correct. I hope this will run again.
Don't worry, it will. Look, the cliffs are all in even rows, like streets. I'll look around. Just 5 minutes. Might find something interesting.
Well, what do you know?
It's a statue.
Andre!
What's up? You just look here. That's only a petrified tree.
Only? Why, it's a bronze statue.
And much more, Hans. Rubies.
You say rubies? Show me.
Simple. The eye of an idol.
An idol?
Yes, a reptile. A reptile resembling that flying monster that attacked us earlier. Up there.
You're right, Andre. I'm not laughing anymore. There was a civilization here.
And I'll bet you there still is.
Something seemed to draw me away, to make me search for, I didn't know what. I felt something, I don't know. I felt as though I were being watched. But I didn't see anything except a harmless octopus. Yet, still feeling a strange presence, I went on. But then, as quickly as it came, that weird sensation vanished, and then there was nothing. Nothing but the sea. So I followed my original impulse, looking for a clue like the statue of the flying reptile. And I found nothing, except a rock that I liked for its shape and that could serve as a specimen for the geologists.
We're here. I couldn't have lasted much longer. You're not alone. Here we are, Skipper.
Good. We'll need more fire. Everything in the car is soaking wet.
Feels good to sit.
How are the batteries, Hans?
They stayed dry.
The atom plant?
Still hot.
You've got that worried look again, Hans.
You're right. I've pulled and checked every wire and part in that darn radio. It won't operate. I've tried everything I know. I tell you, it's simply hopeless. How about a long string and an oatmeal box? Oatmeal box.
The radio will dry out. We know it's not a dead planet. Not completely. Our proof is the statue. And Ruby.
And the woman.
She's probably somewhere. For his sake. But the main thing is, there could be a whole race of people out there watching us, hiding, afraid that we'll observe them.
Fight them?
We came from above. Dropped. To them, we're probably some kind of monster.
What if they're human shape?
They very well could look like us. But mind you, I'm only advancing a little hypothetical science fiction. Because nothing should be overlooked. Let's face it. They built a city that's now under the sea. Hans, it must be true. Many made it to shore from the sea.
Then why didn't they build themselves another?
We may find they did when we explore the planet.
Before we leave, I'll meet her. Beautiful song and a beautiful girl. She must have heard you.
Where is it?
Everywhere. Suppose it could be an omen? Or maybe she's helping us. If I could just see what she looks like.
car make it?
I'm sure.
A feeling of foreboding had come over me. A chilly, ominous sensation. I didn't know what it meant. And I kept staring at that rock I'd found, as though perhaps it might hold an answer.
Andre! Andre!
Thanks for waiting.
She'd take care of you.
Stop teasing him, Hans. He's in love. It's gotten suddenly dark. Well, it's no wonder. What makes you say that? There's an ash cloud above us.
An ash cloud?
A volcano, yes. It's spectacular. And beyond the volcano, it looks like the lights of a city.
The red spot Andre saw. We must get a move on.
Not right away. This might be our only chance to gather some samples. Lava and ash. To take away with us.
All right. We'll go to a much better vantage point, and right now. Sherman, come.
But look at the magnificence. No one on Earth has seen such a sight.
Go to higher ground.
I am hurrying. Are you getting the spectra sample?
Getting it now. That's enough. The lava is rising. It's covered our path.
Perhaps
more time. Don?
Yes, I hear you.
Carry us across the lava. Climb on, quick!
Disconnect the mechanism. Where? Open the door. Here? First panel. Hurry or we're dead for sure. I don't know which. Let me.
I am forced to free myself of this weight.
He's gonna throw us off! Pull the wires! For the lava.
Speed, Hans. Smash the panel! I've done everything.
Kern.
For God's sakes, hurry.
No, we should have saved Kurt's robot instead.
Turn, you rascal.
Knew you'd make it. Is the robot finished?
Yes.
metal monster. And yet when his destruction was imminent, he called my name.
Looks placid and calm. But frightening.
Yes, I suppose it does, if you use imagination.
We'll soon be home.
That's right, but we leave a friend behind.
Come. Join the rest of us.
So we took stock of the situation. And though we tried to keep our spirits up, it was still pretty discouraging. The volcano had destroyed some of our provisions, and our rocket ship's fuel supply was low anyway, considering the added weight of Kearns and Sherman. It looked like we'd have to be starting back very soon.
What else is there to do?
Well, we can look for Andre's girl.
Very cute, Hans. You name him after us?
Well, with triplets, it's better with numbers. Looks to me like he's raising his own countdown.
Why not names?
I'd forget.
I'm worried about him. So you really found proof there were people on this planet. Hard to believe.
Believe it or not, my dear Mr. Kern, it's true. And they could still be here.
I don't go along with that. Could a human survive in a place like this?
You survive. And man will almost always adapt himself in time. And don't forget, in the dim past, we all lived in water. For centuries, our Earth was toxic. But that atmosphere evolved mankind's form. Adjusting's the answer. And I'd bet that these people on our planet couldn't live. The air'd be poisoned.
Afraid I don't share your opinion.
You just can't close your mind to it. We found proof. Proof of intelligent being.
And those lizard men of Kearns.
That's proof. Look, suppose they do look like lizards. Couldn't they be people? Suppose they saw the ship, got frightened, then donned their lizard costumes, then jumped up and down to spook us away. What possible story could explain it better, huh?
None. You're the winner.
Joking aside, my friend, man, lizard, or what, I know there were or are intelligent people here. If we just had time, I think they might come to us. Look, even you, Kern, said you thought you saw the lights of a city beyond the volcano.
I said they looked like, not were. Here, you two. Have some coffee and rest your voices.
If only there was some way to communicate with them, some way to make them understand we were not an enemy, that we wanted nothing except to know their ways, study their civilization. Or was it really all just fancy? Just my wishful imagination? And that sound only an accident caused by the wind in the canyons?
Hey, watch it.
Now that's for your countdown, Jack, about my children.
Wake up, sisters. It is a new day, and our land is safe again. But what is that? Something strange is there. Come and see. without his power.
Better get out and locate her, Andre. She wants you to stay on me.
Just you wait.
I think perhaps we should be trying to find her and take her with us. I'd vote for that. But she might not like us much anyway.
If we could explore beyond those hills, I'll bet you money we'd find her and the city.
You've been reading too many comics.
Kern wouldn't believe she existed if she were sitting on his lap right now.
Want to bet?
We're here.
Sisters! All of the invaders have not been destroyed. They are stronger than the god of the Fire Mountain. But now, Terra will speak.
I think we did a job we can be proud of. Look at all the samples we got. There's going to be a large headline when they see all these great things we're bringing back to them. This one's loaded, old man.
Steady, child. Bring the Spectra.
Show us your wrath. Bring forth the waters and the fiery heavens. Let not one invader remain to walk your land. You have heard us, great Terra.
We didn't pay much attention to the rain, though it seemed heavier than any rain we'd ever seen. But it continued without let-up. In fact, it seemed to increase in strength. As we planned our takeoff procedure, which required some adjustment because of Kearns and Sherman, I know we all felt slightly uneasy, nervous, as we listened to the heavy rainfall on the ship. For myself, I listened with a sinking feeling, as though every drop were taking me further and further from ever finding her. Then suddenly,
Quickly, Andre. Hans.
They are stronger than our gods. They are stronger than Terra. Terra is a false god.
Well, that's the story. It's been 2 years now, and there's been no plan to return to Venus. Lockhart and Kearns have moved on to other missions. There's Mars to be explored, and Jupiter. But I can't forget her, and I'm going back. Maybe someday I'll see her. Maybe I'll die trying.
The future of mankind is being guided behind closed doors.
Okay. That was Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. Turn down my monitor here. That was, 1967, Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. So what do you think? It was actually watchable. I didn't think it was. I thought it would be much worse than it actually was. So it was actually watchable. I was as I was watching, I was trying to figure out what scenes were from the original film that was made in the Soviet Union, and what was added into it by the guy in the U.S. when he sliced it and diced it and made it into this film. I'm guessing that the women were put in there, afterwards by the guy who released it here. So I don't know what you want to talk about. I guess we can talk about the narrative a little bit first, and then maybe talk about some of the special effects. I did get a chance to look up before I started the stream here on obviously it's a movie about astronauts going to another planet, finding women. That's kind of a theme in the 50s, 60s. A lot of movies came out like that, where they go to the moon, they go to some other planet, and find this civilization of women. And that was a theme not only just in science fiction, but in a lot of areas, in fiction, where somebody would discover this society hidden society, or another place in the world or somewhere where it was run by women. Because, of course, at the time, throughout, all the way up until 1960s or 70s, it was, everything was run by men. Women didn't have any rights hardly at all. I mean, they didn't get to vote until, early 20th century, and, so you guys know, right? So the first thing that I could find on that theme of finding a society run by women was this a book, a novel written by this guy Walter Besant in the late 19th century. It's called The Revolt of Man, 1882, and this was, he wrote it. Okay, so it was I didn't read the thing. I downloaded it. I haven't read it, but he wrote this novel, and from his perspective, in the late 1882, he wrote this as a society run by women, as a dystopia. So the whole thing from that he wrote it, how terrible it was that this society was run by women. So that's where they were in the 19th century. And then there was another novel called Her Land, 1920s, I think, or 1919, or somewhere early 20th century, during the Progressive era, which was a book about the society of women, which was a utopia. So they switched it, and that was like right around the time that women got the right to vote. So you could kind of get a feel for historically what was going on at that time. And then they had the war, and there was some gender stuff going on during the war, right? Because the men went to fight the war, and then women went to work in the factories and all that. And then when the men came back from the war, there was a little bit of friction there, because the women got a taste of what it was like to actually run things. And gradually, it started. Women got more rights and stuff. So this was in 1967, which was the 60s were a time of a lot of change. Early 60s was the beginning of it, and then the late 60s, of course, it was hippies and all everything. It just went crazy. And when you look at these films of like the 50s and 60s, and like this one in the mid to late 60s, and then compare it to what came after that, just a year later, was 2001: A Space Odyssey. Kubrick just blew everything out of the water with this film, and if you compare that to this, you know, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just the difference is just stunning. But even so, these special effects in this movie were pretty good for the time. I guess they were made in the early '60s. The Russian film. Let me see if I can bring up the that film again. Get my mug out of here. Whoops. I'm still trying to learn this thing here. Capture film. There we go. Sorry, I erased it and then now I can't get it back. Let me make sure my mic is working here before I go any further here. Thank you for your patience. And okay, yeah, I got a mic going. So. Oh, I know what happened. I think I just completely I completely stopped the thing. I have to restart it here again. There we go. Sorry about this, guys. We'll get it figured out. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'll make it a little bit bigger here. So this these festivals in the beginning, I imagine all of this stuff in the beginning here is you know, just from the original thing that he was, the original footage that he got from the film in from Russia or from Soviet Union. Let's see here. Can I play this?
The future of mankind is being guided behind closed doors. And all over the world, scientists are working on projects designed to take man beyond the confines of this Earth. You are looking at the actual models of spacecraft now being developed by agencies of the United States government. This is an Apollo spacecraft designed for elliptical orbit of the moon. Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface. These are other types of manned and remote control mechanisms, each designed for a specific function, many already in operation as satellites of this Earth, some in readiness for the moonshot, others designed for space, a few to serve as space stations, and the most complex of all, prototypes of craft capable of putting a man on the surface of another planet. Wheel was one of man's first inventions, and has been with him all of his civilized life. But now it, like so many other of his creations, must be modified to fit his new demands. These are 3 types of variable radius wheels, designed to transport a vehicle over a rocky surface. New concepts are being created almost daily. Some will never get beyond the drawing board, but others, or their descendants, will become part of man's greatest adventure, the exploration and colonization of space. All over the world, men and women are working to make that dream a reality. Every aspect of the journey is being analyzed, from the tiniest control devices to the mightiest rocket engines. But it's not enough to just get there. Just as the great explorers sailed from Spain and England and France to discover the Americas so that the colonizers might come later, so will our exploration spacecraft precede the colonizers of the planets. Already plans are being made for the colony. Sources of food and power must be found. Artificial atmospheres created. Everything done to build an Earth away from the Earth. No man living today can predict exactly what the future holds. But this much we do know. All through man's march across this Earth, the wildest dreams and fantasies of one age have become the commonplaces of the next. The motion picture you are about to see can be called today a fantasy of the future. But one day, maybe not too far distant, audiences will be able to look back on it in the same spirit with which we view pictures about the first covered wagons crossing the plains.
So I think what happened was the idea was he took most of this footage was from the original, but the women, I think, were put in as extra footage, and that woman that got there were no scenes in this entire movie where the women and the men were in the same frame. So sliced in there. And there was an underwater scene which was really amazing that I saw in here, because to take a film camera that can film underwater, that's a big deal. It was kind of expensive to do that. So for such an inexpensive, low budget movie like this, where the guy was just trying to take some film and cut it up and get it out, to do an underwater scene like that was kind of amazing that he would do that.
To a man of science, anything is possible until proven otherwise. This was actual under. I mean, they had the camera under. See that? Now it's possible that they went into an aquarium somewhere and paid somebody to get this woman into an aquarium and then shot it through the window. That's the glass of the aquarium. That's possible. Maybe that's how they did it. But I just think it's interesting that they would have an underwater shot in here like that. It's kind of a sophisticated thing. But you can see the camera's right here at the water line. So that waterproof camera.
Well, I can't imagine any people in their right mind exploring planet Venus.
With those women is different than this here. This is with the probably from the original Soviet stuff. Now there were some scenes with the men
here
underwater with
and we're in our right minds, aren't we?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Knows we're here.
Even though we had killed the flying reptile because of the damage the creature had caused when it hit us. And it was a good thing, too. For here, under the sea, we were to find the second clue to life on Venus.
I think what's going on here, so this must have been from the original thing, unless he bought this prop from the tomb. He bought the prop from the tomb and shot this.
Let's put it down for a minute. Take a rest.
I think this is from the original.
It's not far to the beach, if our calculations are correct. I hope this will run again.
What's going on here? This is
Don't worry, it will.
Those guys are not underwater. What they're doing is they just have an aquarium.
Look, the cliffs are all in even rows.
Stuck in front of the key.
Like streets.
And these guys are behind the aquarium.
I'll look around. Just 5 minutes. Might find something interesting.
That's how they're doing this. So this is not an underwater shot. But that car, wasn't that car? Look at that thing. That's
Place
very,
the
very
tablet.
typical of. There we go. Here's some shots of the car.
You must hear me, John.
Where was the car first? I think the car came in earlier, didn't it? There it is. And those spacesuits, look at those. Those look pretty authentic, you know. I mean, for the time. Okay. And the robot. God, I wish I could find where that car was. There. Just go from
No response from Kern or Sherman.
Well, we should soon be there.
Keep trying. Maybe we can bring them in on the helmet mic. Kern has an auxiliary.
I am.
Look at that thing. They really put a lot of effort.
I'm getting a woman. Must be Martian.
So this guy is.
Static, really awful. Hear it?
So he really knew what he was doing when he got this film. Because he knew how much effort was put into
Move it up. Point to point on the dial. We'll find it.
I'll try it. Hello? John, hello. John, listen. This is the command ship. Are you there? No reply. Come in.
Up one more point.
Come in.
Better go to solar battery. Much bigger reach.
I'm on it now. Hello? 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 You must hear me, John. Please open your mic and answer me. You must obey me, John.
Let's see if they got. I think that was before this point. This player in OBS is not.
The shoreline.
John.
Here we go. So look at that little car. It's floating off the ground. I don't know if they've got.
The shoreline's the best. If we do, my friend, we'll never make it to him.
Carrying the thing, walking along. I'm not
Fat
sure.
chance there is of finding him.
I'm not sure. Let's see if this is a little closer.
That voice again.
Hold up.
That voice again.
I could have had it on like a forklift or something behind it because they're not showing the whole thing here, see? So they could have had like a forklift or a truck or something behind it.
That voice again.
Hold up.
The crane would look very expensive. I don't see it. I don't have a very good image of it here right now. But yeah, that car, that was pretty cool. As far as SciFi blocks. And another interesting thing about this is that it's almost like black and white. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is actually color. It's just a super
Almost sounds like a girl.
image.
A
of this
girl?
film.
Perhaps.
But it looks almost black and white.
Or a monster.
I was gonna try to experiment around with it and see if I could push up the saturation and the color a little bit. So let's see. You guys can tell me. Oh yeah, all the the alien puppets, right? All the they had when they were underwater, they had that octopus puppet, and you know, and then they had this when he first got there, and he had this thing with tentacles and all that, you know, all this. Those are kind of goofy. The scene here with
Free. What now? Disconnect the
John, there's no more time. Don? Yes, I hear you. Areas across the lava.
I guess they were trying to
Climb on, quick!
I guess the robot had like a self-preservation algorithm or whatever to self-preservation. Trying to override that to get the robot to be because they at this point they opened up the flap and talked about
Audibility getting better.
Why is he talking?
Giving radio distance according to your request. Am determining distance 2 miles.
It's Lockhart. I hope so, my friend. I'm sure. They'll be by here any minute yelling tax. A remarkable invention you have here. Nice to hear you admit it, Al.
Robot can't harm you. Robot has to do it.
Temperature lower extremities 500 degrees. My self-preservation mechanism says I must eliminate extra weight.
What now? Disconnect the mechanism. Where? Open the door. Here? First panel. Hurry or we're dead for sure. I don't know which. Let me.
I am forced to free self of this weight problem. He's gonna throw us off! Pull the wires!
Open the lava. Speed, Hans.
Smash the panel!
I've done everything.
Kern.
Done everything.
Cheap story, cheap movie. Oh, then the women, of course, they sexualize.
Steady, child.
That's very common.
Bring the Spectra.
Throughout the 21st century. Also, the women are depicted as.
Oh, Terra, most powerful of all the gods, show us your wrath. Bring forth the waters and the fiery heavens. Let not one invader remain to walk your land. You have heard us, great Terra.
We didn't pay much attention to the rain, though it seemed heavier than any rain we'd ever seen. But it continued without let-up. In fact, it seemed to increase in strength. As we planned our takeoff procedure, which required some adjustment because of current in Sherman, I know we all felt slightly uneasy and nervous as we listened to the heavy rainfall on the ship. For myself, I listened with a sinking feeling, as though every drop were taking me further and further from ever finding her. Then suddenly,
Look there. A crack running clear across. If it widens any more, we'll all be
all the
lost.
technical errors.
Quick! Lighten ship for emergency blast off. Maybe we can beat it.
Science.
Turn! Everybody back to the ship! Hurry, Andre! Hurry, Andre!
Just finished.
These shots of the space station. Let's see here.
With Marcia.
First stage rockets ready. Ready.
Are now there for
This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool fest. Space. This rocket.
It's clear.
Is it starting?
Howard Sher.
Get up here to the space station. There was a. And they always show, you know, when it. Let me back
There's
to
another.
They always show this rockets. You know, even once they're in space and on their way, they still show them. You know, with the rocket engine on, as if the rocket, like the rocket engine, had to keep running for the rocket to keep going. You know, they didn't understand inertia, and you know, there's no gravity or air drag or any friction to slow down a spacecraft. Right? We know that now. But these movies, when they made this movie, they didn't. And a lot of them who made movies in the 50s and 60s didn't understand that, so they would show rockets always with the rocket engine going, even when they're up in space on their way. You know.
Only two men on the news. The extra on. Upload. Everything went smoothly this night, without mishap. Radio contact was maintained with Marcia at Earth Control, and they stopped on schedule at the United States Space Station,
So this had to be shot. You think about how they did this. This was not no computer graphics, nothing. You had people who meticulously put together this model, you know, an actual model of this thing, and then they had to hang it in a studio somewhere and put lights on it and photograph it. That's how they did this, you know. And then the stars in the background were most likely this was a matte where they take an image of the model and then black it out and take multiple exposures of the stars and the model, and then superimpose it onto the film. So it's quite a process to do this kind of stuff. It's not a
Personnel, report on flight deck. Stand by to receive flight number 87 from Earth.
And then they had these people walking on this thing, which is also pretty cool. So they had to shoot this model first, and then they had to have people walking out on a parking lot somewhere or something, you know, and put them in there. So that's pretty good work. But of course, they totally screwed up. They're outside on a space station in space. They're not going to be able to walk on the surface of the space station, right? They'd be weightless. They can't. So that was a big mistake in terms of, you know, science and all that. So a lot of sci-fi films mess that up. They kind of associate. I don't know what they think. You see that a lot. Sometimes they'll show people weightless, and sometimes they show them in space.
Birth control, we listen to their progress with more concern than anyone else.
Refueling A-OK, over and out.
I can't think of anything else that was in there.
Because we were the command crew.
I think these were all.
And if anything went wrong, we were set to follow. There were 3 of us. Commander William Billy Lockhart.
Interesting little film. Much more watch. Oh, there you go. Here's a weightless guy. So I don't understand how they got. So you got people walking, right? These people have weight. They're just walking, It's not like they're not walking like they have magnets or anything like that. Sometimes in those films. But then somehow this guy is weightless. Why? Why is this guy weightless and the other ones are not? I don't understand. But still, it's pretty cool.
Refueling was accomplished in record time.
And it was watching.
There was no time to lose.
I guess at the end there was kind of a message. Maybe they were trying to say something. At the end, the women were worshiping the robot. So maybe there was a message. Maybe the original scriptwriter of this thing had a message in there.
Funny, considering the way things turned out. What I was thinking about as we sped through the dark universe on our way to an unexplored planet.
That's kind of neat. This is a public domain thing. There are a lot of movies out there that are kind of fun to go back and look at. That's one of them. Stuff. I don't know if you know next time. The other film that was see if I can get rid of that. There we go. So that was our movie. It was kind of fun. It was a good movie. Not too bad anyway. I don't know, and I'm new to the streaming stuff, and I'm not sure how I think folks that do movies that are not in the public domain, I think there's some way they license them or whatever from the streaming services or something. I don't know. I don't have any money to do that, so I guess I'll have to stick with public domain stuff, or just maybe just do breakdowns of some of the more modern films and just take fair use clips and do it that way or something. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, hit the follow button. If you have an account, you can make an account on Twitch, and pretty easy. All you gotta do is give them your email, and you can get an account, and then you can follow this channel. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I do streaming of mostly science stuff, but a whole bunch of variety of things. I tried to do an IRL stream the other day, so I'm going to try to figure out how to do that a little bit better. I really don't have the equipment to do that, but I'd like to do that a little bit if I could. And I have a list of things on my channel. You can see the kind of stuff that I'm into. Mostly just science stuff, education, technology, that kind of stuff. Animals. I live here in New England, in a rural area, so a lot of animals around here. So I want to try to get those into streams at some point. I had one last night, actually. I was doing a stream last night, and unintentionally, there was a mouse that come in here. It's like that in the country. For those of you who don't live in the country, that's kind of a thing. You got mice all the time. So if you don't like mice, don't move to the country, because that's the thing. You got mice all the time. And so this mouse came while I was in the middle of my stream. So I set a trap and I caught him while the stream was going, and I showed everybody. If you look in the VODs, look at last night's VOD. And halfway through the stream, I interrupted and caught this mouse, and I showed people the mouse in this little trap, and then I had to, in the middle of the stream, I had to go take him up into the forest here. Take a 5-minute break from streaming to take this mouse up and let him go. So that was kind of interesting. So anyway, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to do. So if you like any of those things, and news and stuff, I'm going to try to do news too. News and commentary, and I don't know, a lot of different stuff. I'll figure it out. But if you like any of that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit the follow button. I want to try to get affiliate, and I'm not even close. So I need to get a bunch of followers to do that. So if you want to help me out, hit the follow button, and we can do more of this stuff. So I appreciate everybody coming and watching this movie tonight. Maybe I can do this as a regular thing every Saturday night. Do a movie night. That might work out. So I appreciate you all being here. Hope you all are doing well. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Everybody take care. We'll see you next stream. Bye.